France is working to speed up its COVID-19 vaccination programme amid outcry that just over 500 people have been given the jab compared to hundreds of thousands in neighbouring countries. The government's been accused of pandering to vaccine sceptics at the cost of saving lives. Well, President Macron is reportedly furious about the slow rollout of the vaccination programme, and he's chairing an emergency meeting on the issue at the Elysée Palace, where we now find our reporter Claire Paccalin. Claire, tell us what is happening in today's meeting.
Well, Emmanuel Macron has called this meeting, it's being called a follow-up meeting, but really it is, just as you described it, Laura, an emergency meeting. We expect his Prime Minister as well as his Health Minister to arrive here at the Elysée Palace just behind me in the next 45 minutes or so, and they will have to answer some tough questions from the French President, because really when you look at the numbers, they speak for themselves. In the UK, 1 million doses of the vaccine have been administered. In Germany next door, 250,000. Here in France, we're looking at just slightly over 500. So yes, as you said, Emmanuel Macron is said to be really quite angry at this situation, because he did promise in his New Year's wishes, which we heard last week. That's a French tradition here. Presidents always every year express their New Year's wishes. He said very clearly that he would not allow the vaccination program to be slow. And clearly that's what's happening now.
Claire, France is a highly centralised country. If President Macron is not to blame for the snail-like pace of vaccinations, who is?
That's certainly a very good question, and it's interesting how these comments were actually emerged in the French Sunday newspaper, the Journal du Dimanche, that came out yesterday. A source saying that the French president said that the vaccination programme was at the pace of a family walk, and that was according to that newspaper. When it comes to actually what's happening in this particular programme, well, a lot of doctors and nurses and members of the health system who've been speaking on French radio and French TV in the last few days saying, hold on, where is my vaccine? It was promised, I want to know where it is. A lot of them are saying, quite simply, too much paperwork. It's too slow a system. The protocols are not properly adapted to the urgency of the COVID-19 crisis. Now that, of course, is an age-old problem here in France. The bureaucracy, the red tape is blamed for a lot of the slowness in systems. And according to many of the people who are on the inside, that's exactly what's happening now.
Claire, thank you very much indeed. Claire Paccalin there.